Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast. Show link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who can bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GTV Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have your self to blame, y'all. Ticket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth off LVBC. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, look in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, man. Like, share, subscribe, ring the bell as y'all come on in here. It is your boy, man. And we going to get right into the mix. But first, y'all, make sure y'all hit that like button and also subscribe and share the video. Ring the notification bell so it says you get all, click all. So y'all get all the updates. And let's get into it. But press 1 if y'all can hear me, man. Got a mic check real quick. Press 1 if you guys can hear me in the comment section. Shout out to Liquid Sword. Shout out to Neon, Regina, Love Life, Monica, Bob, Crystal, Bleezo, Slam, Adrovert, Kyra Knows, Game Media, Super Zeke, Nemo Bad, Cindy, Antoine, Sharon, Kenya, Game Media, Dan, Belinda, Antoine, Toy, Jerry, Dontrell, Sharita, Yolanda. All right, salute. Y'all can hear me? All right, Kevin, y'all smash the like button, man. I got some new breaking news updates, man. Oh, my God, bro. Bro, this woman, and this explains everything. First of all, I want to say something before I start this video. Last night, I did a video. I don't know if a lot of y'all saw that video I did last night. The last video I did before this video. Let me tell y'all right now, before we get to this video. Nobody in here, I never said that Diddy's going to get bail. You got to listen to my words. I said his team is fighting for him to get bail. His team is going to, you guys coming attacking me in the comment section. Oh, ticket. I know what you're talking about. He's never going to get bail. Bro, I'm giving you guys the information. Use it how you want to use it. But you ain't finna come attack me and put words in my mouth and say what I didn't say. I don't give a damn if he get bail or not. But he do have a right. And I seen somebody say, oh, he doesn't have a right to a fair trial. Yes, he do. Because when they fry his ass, ain't going to be no excuses. Now, let's get to it. Because I'm going to tell y'all the truth. It's over with for Diddy now. Because what this new witness just came forward and said, it explains everything. The feds had went to the UK to do an investigation. We all heard that report. But it didn't go nowhere. Well, guess what, y'all? This morning, it all is over with. They went to the UK because this woman you see on y'all screen from the UK just publicly went out and did a testimony against Diddy and exposed what was going on in the Hugh Hefner parties because she was a former playmate. She was a former playboy, I guess you call it. So this woman was a former playboy, and she just did an interview and exposed everything, and it is explosive. And y'all smash the like button because y'all gonna hear it this morning. Smash the like, share, and subscribe. As y'all come on in here, get the likes up, man. So this woman, according to the reports, and I'm gonna play it, you guys, so y'all can hear it too. But it says former Playboy Bunny says that Diddy used Hugh Hefner's formula for his parties, right? So this woman, a former Playboy Bunny, has claimed that Sean Diddy Combs' sex parties use the same formula as Hugh Hefner's but the rappers included, you read it, the rappers included underages and hidden cameras. Let me read that line again, and I'm going to play the interview, and this is going to end them. This is why the feds went to the UK. The problem is the feds don't have jurisdiction in the UK and could not keep a top on this woman, and the media got to her first. It says a former Playboy bunny has claimed that Sean Diddy Combs' sex parties, use the same formula as Hugh Hefner's, but the rappers included underages and hidden cameras. Her name is Precious Mirror. She sat down with the Daily Mail's, the big UK publication, The Trial of Diddy podcast, to give the inside details behind her experiences at both Diddy and Hefner's alleged sex-filled parties. Right? This is not hearsay. She's a witness, sir. She's not telling you something that she heard. She's telling you something that she says that she witnessed. Shut your bitch ass up and go home. You're blocked. She sat down with the Daily Mail's The Trial of Diddy podcast to give the inside details behind her experiences both at Diddy's and Hugh Hefner's alleged filled sex parties, right? Now, that were full of high-profile celebrities, right? And cameras, right? Now let's keep going. It goes on. The Hugh Hefner parties and the Diddy parties have the same formula. Murray said, right? It's a lot of naked, half-naked girls. There's a lot of sex going on. There's people hooking up. There's a lot of drug taking, and there's a lot of drinking. And they're so similar in that aspect, we're at it. So she's saying that the Diddy parties were Hugh Hefner parties were just like the Diddy parties pretty much, except for one detail. So she's saying that at the Hugh Hefner parties, that there was usage of illegal substances as well. She says that there's people hooking up. There's a lot of D taking, and there's a lot of drinking. And they are so similar in that aspect, she added. The only difference is I remember seeing underages at Diddy's parties, which I never saw at Hugh Hefner's house parties. I think he kept them separate, what she said about Hugh Hefner. But she says that Hugh Hefner, they had illegal usage of drugs at his parties. Combs, who has been locked up at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn since pleading not guilty on September the 17th to federal sex trafficking charges, has been accused of using his power and prestige to induce female victims into drugged up, produced sexual performances with male sex workers and events dubbed freak-offs. Now, why am I saying that? Because I have more news for y'all today, too. Not just what I'm finna give y'all right here, right? So before I continue with this article, I think I might have did that wrong right there. Before I finish with this article, right? Oh, no, let's keep going. So it says this woman, Muir, remembers seeing porn stars and celebrities having sex in the grotto and threesomes and licking and touching and all that stuff at Hefner's parties. And even recalled nearly sleeping with a basketball star at the mansion. One of the rooms had a mattress as a floor, and the ceiling was a mirror. So we walked in, and as we were going to hook up, we locked the door, she said. She goes on to say that she was aware that Diddy allegedly had cameras in his home too, but she never saw those cameras. His cameras maybe had been a little bit more hidden, but Hefner's cameras were very old school, so you could see those cameras. So she said Hugh Hefner got tapes too, y'all. Now, she also recalled Diddy having very bad energy. I felt like his whole aura was off, she said. I didn't get close to him. He has a very strange inner circle, she said. Their fun came to an end when someone knocked on the door, she said, which reminded Mir that Hugh Hefner, who would later be accused of abuse and rape, which nobody talks about. Once again, their fun came to an end when someone knocked on the door, which reminded Mir that Hefner, and this woman says that she did that at Hugh Hefner's party with a star basketball player, star NBA basketball player. She says the fun came to an end when someone knocked on the door, which reminded Mir that Hugh Hefner, who would later be accused of abuse in the R word from his former girlfriends after his death in 2017, had cameras all around his home. And I just went, oh my God, what am I doing? So I could have ended up having a tape. I could have had footage somewhere going with this very famous athlete. God knows where that would have ended up, or where that would have ended up, she says. So this woman is admitting that she's probably on one of these tapes with an NBA star. She goes on to say that she thinks, you know what I'm saying, that no one or any one of them speak up to Diddy. She says they will never say no to him. Imagine if you're in an atmosphere where people don't never say no to you. Now, last week, the lawyers launched a third bid to get him out of jail. His defense claims he's innocent and sexual encounters were all consensual. It's alleged that as a part of Diddy freak-offs, the rapper's associates would allegedly ply victims with the D word to keep them compliant and would make threats against anyone refusing to engage in claims similar to those made in a civil lawsuit brought by Diddy's ex-girlfriend Cassie last year, right? Now, this goes on. This goes on. His team filed new documents obtained by DailyMail.com, arguing that he's not a threat to the community as he sits behind bars on the racketeering and sex trafficking charges. Diddy's attorney also claimed several witnesses actually called Diddy and not the other way around, even though the feds say that they got the phone logs where Diddy called the people 100-something times and they showed it in court, right? Diddy's legal team said in the bail application that their client is not a flight risk, despite what the prosecutors have said. He also agreed not to contact any more witnesses and submit to weekly D-tests. In the appeal, Diddy's team argued that the case has been centralized. But I have more evidence for y'all this morning. Smash the like button. I have more of evidence for y'all because this morning came out something that we all did not know as well about that tape. And Diddy's team, I told y'all last night, just filing another motion, and they're filing another application for a bail to try to get Diddy out on bail in that November, I guess on that next November court date. But the feds released more information today, and I'm finna let y'all know what they did. And it's supposed to blow this case up, right? It goes on to say that they also claim that Diddy has proved he is keen to comply by surrendering his passport, selling his private jet, and offering up to $48 million to secure his bail. A source told People that Diddy is not getting any special accommodations in the jail in Brooklyn. He's being treated like any other detainee awaiting trial, as with all public figures in his position. He was placed on that watch upon his admittance into the facility. Now, it says the Houston-based attorney, we already know about Tony Busby and all that stuff, what happened. And we already know about those allegations from Tony Busby, right? And we know about the allegations from the woman. Now, first of all, I'm going to play what this woman had to say. And then after I play what she says, we're going to go and I have some more explosive update for you guys on the situation. Now, this woman went in on both Diddy and she went in on Hugh Hefner as she exposed it, and she did it on videotape. Let's go.
And what's happened.
Hold on.
So I was aware of the Diddy cameras around the home, but I never saw them, you see. So his cameras maybe had been a little bit more hidden, but Hugh Hefner's cameras were very, very old school, so you could see them. They were like right there, you know. So when you hear about the allegations and what's happened to these celebrities and them, you know, being in the moment and forgetting there's cameras there and doing the things that they've done, it's very easily done. I felt there was always a very, well, when I met him, I felt, when I got close to him, I felt he had very bad energy. I felt like his whole aura was off, you know. I didn't, you know, get too close to him. I didn't hug him or anything, but I was talking to him and he was, you know, he has a very strange inner circle. I don't think any one of them speak up to him. They will never say no to him. Imagine we're in an atmosphere where people don't say no to you, ever. So the Hugh Hefner parties and the Diddy parties have the same formula. It's the same formula. It's a lot of naked, half-naked girls. There's a lot of sex going on. There's people hooking up. There's a lot of drug taking, and there's a lot of drinking. And they are so similar in that aspect. The only difference is I remember seeing children at Diddy's parties.
That's why the feds went to the UK. And she's going to testify. The problem is they cannot, the feds don't have jurisdiction in the UK to keep her silent. And she said that in a public interview. He's done. She just said that she witnessed underages at Diddy's sex parties. It's over with. It's over with. It's over with. It's over with. She just admitted on tape that she witnessed. And so that corroborates the story. And let me say this again. Hold on, you guys. That corroborates the story, once again, of what the young fella said, who said that he met Diddy at that party and that it was people who were naked, who were using illegal substances, who were having all types of sexual activity. That corroborates his story because this woman, she was a former play bunny. She was a former Playboy bunny. And she, not only did she throw Hugh Hefner under the bus, she said Hugh Hefner, he had cameras too, and they was doing all types of illegal usage of illegal substances. But she also said that his cameras were public. She says that the only difference, though, between the two, and I'm going to play it again, she said is that Diddy had those underages at those parties. And she said she saw him there. And they said the feds had went to the UK to do an investigation. This is why they went to the UK, because this woman is from the UK. And not only did she say that, she admitted that she had, in the Hugh Hefner party, she admitted that she had sex with an NBA basketball star on tape. Let y'all hear it all the way through.
So I was aware of the Diddy cameras around the home, but I never saw them, you see. So his cameras maybe had been a little bit more hidden, but Hugh Hefner's cameras were very, very old school, so you could see them. They were like right there, you know. So when you hear about the allegations and what's happened to these celebrities and them, you know, being in the moment and forgetting there's cameras there and doing the things that they've done, it's very easily done. I felt there was always a very, well, when I met him, I felt, when I got close to him, I felt he had very bad energy. I felt like his whole aura was off, you know. I didn't, you know, get too close to him. I didn't hug him or anything, but I was talking to him and he was, you know, he has a very strange inner circle. I don't think any one of them speak up to him. They will never say no to him. Imagine we're in an atmosphere where people don't say no to you, ever. So the Hugh Hefner parties and the Diddy parties have the same formula. It's the same formula. It's a lot of naked, half-naked girls. There's a lot of sex going on. There's people hooking up.
Hold on one second, y'all. Let me address this ignorance right here. IVD, You're a bad mother if you're a mother. If you are a mother, you need to give up your children to protective services, and you need to go lock yourself up somewhere. You said it's not illegal for them to be there, I guess, as long as they weren't involved in orgy. So you're going to tell me, because see, this is what the allegations are, ma'am. And this is the reason why this woman's testimony is important. You damn fool. Her testimony is important because there are underages that have accused Diddy of doing things to them at these parties. And people have demonized those underages, said they're lying, and said they're capping. This woman is putting them there, period. This woman is putting them at those parties. She said she saw them at those freak-off parties. I'm reading your comment right now. I'm reading your comment right now. I'm reading your comment right now. So you're saying that, oh, we knew he was there because Diddy himself said it was the lead. No, you read the article wrong, ma'am. The young boy who put the lawsuit, and it was from 1999, they said in the lawsuit, if you didn't look, because a lot of y'all read that wrong. Reading is fundamental. That Diddy did not start giving that warning until 2007. Not in 1999 when the boy was at the party. He started giving those warnings in 2007. But if you actually read the paperwork, your ass wouldn't be sitting up here repeating dumb shit that you heard. That's why as black folk, we got to read the fine print, man. Always read the fine print. The boy said that it happened in 1999 with him. He said that they said Diddy did not start making the announcement until 2007. Go read the article. This woman right here corroborates the stories of these things happening with the youth there because she puts herself there. And she was a Playboy bunny. And you can look her up. I already told you what her name was. Let's keep going. Ignorance has no end on YouTube. It's crazy. And that's another reason why I want to see Diddy underneath the jail and underneath the prison. Because you got unders over there. Don't nobody want to hear that, man.
Anything, but I was talking.
And ma'am, you said what can be proven in court. First of all, they've already showed pictures there, multiple pictures of him with these people. They released another picture the other day of the dude when he was a teen over there. They released that picture 2 days ago, right? So now what you do is you have witnesses that put them there that say, oh, yeah, I witnessed it. They was there at these freak-off parties. They was right there. So, yeah. So you have witnesses who are putting these people at the scene. Use your brains. And not only did she throw Diddy under the bus, she also went in on Hugh Hefner, too. But you ain't going to talk about that. I am. See, you ain't going to talk about how she talked about how Hugh Hefner used to have those parties as well. She said the only difference was that he didn't have those young ones over there. But Diddy did. Yeah, you ain't listening to that. Yeah, I thought not. But you need to listen. Because remember, she's a Playboy bunny. She putting herself out there.
And he was, he has a very strange inner circle. I don't think any one of them speak up to him. They will never say no to him. Imagine we're in an atmosphere where people don't say no to you, ever. So the Hugh Hefner parties and the Diddy parties have the same formula. It's the same formula. It's a lot of naked, half-naked girls. There's a lot of sex going on. There's people hooking up. There's a lot of drug taking, and there's a lot of drinking. And they are so similar in that aspect. The only difference is I remember seeing children at Diddy's parties, which I never saw at Hugh Hefner's house parties. I think he kept them separate. He would do, the kiddies' Easter bunny hunt thing for the children and their bunnies and all of that. And then they would then do, the adult parties where I saw porn stars and them having sex in the grotto and threesomes and, licking and touching and all of that stuff. So I became fully aware of the surroundings I was in. So it just gets me a little, it's like, it's a lot because it's not normal, stuff that I went through. I walked past several celebrities on, day beds, sofas. They're all having their intense conversations, it felt like, earlier on in the day. I feel like as the day progressed, people loosened up a little bit more. A lot more things happened. We would see a lot of nudity. I saw a lot of nakedness everywhere. It just became our reality. It's not normal to see that kind of behavior so open. There was a lot of, in my opinion, I say young girls, but obviously they were of a certain age. But when I look at their faces, they just look very young, no more than 19, 20, and they're drinking heavily, doing shots, pouring alcohol over their body, licking it off each other, kissing each other, doing some coke off each other.
So the key part of this interview is that woman said that those underages were there. Now, right? And let me say this to y'all. She also put herself in on the play and said that she was caught up with an NBA star. But she said that was at the Hugh Hefner party. And she said that there was cameras at that. And she is in fear because she thinks she was on camera. Now, here comes the next part that we all did not know. And so I think that they should go looking at Hugh Hefner too and his situations. I know he's not here no more, but I believe that they should go look more into the Hugh Hefner situation as well. But I want to say this because the next part is crazy, y'all. So we did not know to the extent of what was going on with that Cassie tape. Now, I told you guys last night, I came in here and gave y'all an update on what Diddy's team did. Diddy's team went to court last night. And in court last night, Diddy's team is making moves towards trying to get another bail, a fourth bail opportunity. Now, today, the prosecution has come out, or should I say the government has come out with new information on this situation. They've come out with new information on this situation. And I'm going to read it to you guys right now. It says the feds are adamant that Diddy will menace or threaten witnesses or alleged victims if the judge lets him out on bail, because they say that's exactly what he did in the aftermath of Cassie's beating. Now, this next part I'm going to read you guys is going to give you guys the feds case and why that Cassie tape means everything, because the feds have something else they're not telling us. I want you guys to think about something, and I need everybody to use y'all brains. And you got to be deep thinkers when y'all thinking about this. That hotel was a big hotel. That hotel had cameras everywhere. Everywhere. When I read this next line to you guys, and I switch this page, it's going to reveal why those tapes, that Cassie tape, was so important and what they did not tell us about that Cassie tape. It says the U.S. Attorney's Office is responding to Diddy's latest effort to get released on bail, filing new documents to remind the judge what the defendant has allegedly done in the past to obstruct justice. It says that in the documents, they focus on the infamous Cassie beating video. Now, everybody says, why is this video so important with Cassie? All we saw was Diddy getting beat Cassie getting beat on the video. That's all you saw on that video. That's all you saw on that video. The feds probably got other videos, man, from that hotel, because the feds are telling us that not only that day was a day that Diddy beat Cassie. Read the next line, y'all. In the documents, they focus on the infamous beating video, Cassie beating video, from March of 2016 at LA's Intercontinental Hotel, where they say Diddy was hosting a freak off, right? So check this out. This is why I think the Fed's case is made with that video. I believe that that video is not the only video they have of that day. And I'm not talking about of beatings. Remember, when you're at these type of hotels, they keep video files and evidence for years. Paperwork, documentation for years of who checked in, who checked out. So the feds have the guest log of people who checked in, and they also have the videotapes of women who went in, guests who went in, and what they can try to do is use your financial records, because nobody knew that that Cassie tape was allegedly a freak off. We only saw Diddy and Cassie, but the feds are saying that that was Diddy hosting a freak off at that time, and that they had that whole hotel, a whole portion of it, locked down. So I think the feds also have tapes of the other sex workers on that video as far as going in and out the rooms. I think the feds have confiscated a lot of different information to prove that women were being moved across state in and out for that work. And I believe the reason why that tape is so key is because that tape shows defiance from Cassie and her trying to escape what they're going to prove was a freak off party. I believe they also have witnesses that's going to say that, yeah, we also saw these women coming in and this would happen and blah, blah, blah. Now it says, although there's no mention of Cassie by name, federal prosecutors describe everything we've seen in the video. Diddy punching the victim, throwing her to the ground, kicking her in an attempt to dragging her back to the hotel room. And it says the prosecutors really want the judge to focus on, what they really want the judge to focus on is what happened when the hotel security approached Diddy after seeing the beating on surveillance cameras. Now, according to the documents, the Bad Boy Records founder attempted to bribe the hotel security officer with a stack of cash in exchange for his silence. Although the security officer turned down the money, the feds say Diddy directed his staff to obtain the video within days, and it disappeared from the hotel's computer servers. Now think about this. That video disappeared from the hotel computer servers, but that video was had all these years. So how did that video disappear from the hotel computer servers? Right? Because the feds went to go get that video, and that video had disappeared from the hotel's computer servers. But guess what? Diddy and those people didn't think about. You can't confiscate all the tapes of all those women and all those people that came in the hotel for the freak off. See, I believe that the feds went back, and I believe that Cassie tape is so important because I believe that on that day, they went and got videos of other women who went to those freak offs. And I believe they have logs to prove that they can prove that there was transportation, prostitution, and sex trafficking going on. And also they can prove, which is why they said, their wordplay, and let me finish reading this first, right? So it says, as a result, the feds are formally asking the appeal court judges to affirm the lower court's decision to deny Diddy bond and hold him in custody pending trial. It says the Diddy's team, it says, as we reported, Diddy and his new team of lawyers filed an appeal of a bond hearing. Remember, the judges already denied him twice. So check this out, y'all. Right here is where the details, the devil's in the details right there. That tape is so important to them because the feds say in that first paragraph, y'all, that Cassie tape was Cassie at a freak off, right? So what they're going to do is they're going to pull all the text messages, all the messages from that day, from Cassie's phone. They're going to pull them up from Diddy's phone records. And those videos, y'all, of people going in and out that hotel. See, those aren't the videos that Diddy didn't get, in my belief. Because remember, they went and they got his records, his financial records. They also went and got witnesses who work with him that's testifying against him, which is why Diddy wants all the names. And then they're also, ladies and gentlemen, looking up the flight logs and flight records. They have those. They subpoenaed those. And they have those to prove that these people were coming in and getting paid. Payments were made. So people who work with Diddy that was making payments to bring these workers, that Cassie tape is so important because the feds use that to have a product of proof that she tried to escape. She was unwilling to do a freak off and tried to escape. And remember what I told y'all. I believe that Cassie was down with the play a few times. I believe it. Many times she was down with the play. But what did I tell y'all? All the feds need was one time she did not want to do it. One time she was forced to do it and coerced to do it. And that tape, everybody keeps wondering why that tape. That tape, they're going to use that to prove, along with other evidence, witness testimony, and other things, that Cassie tried to get away and she did not want to do it. And they're going to say that's the reason why she escaped, because that's the first time they've said that that video was about a freak off being hosted. That's the first time they said that. That is the very first time they said that. And that the devil is in those details right there. So them saying that, I'm telling you guys right now, them saying that is going to put this situation in a whole different light now, because everybody's looking and everybody's listening. Now, again, back to this woman. You guys can go look her up. She was a former Playboy bunny. And so her bringing Hugh Hefner into this thing is going to ruffle a lot of feathers, because once again, in this article, it explained that Hugh Hefner had also been accused of abuse and R-wording his former girlfriends. But nobody talked about that. And they accused him after his death in 2017. And he had cameras all around his home, but she said his cameras weren't hidden. And she says, I just went and, oh my God, what am I doing? So I could have ended up having a tape. I could end up having footage somewhere going with this famous, very famous athlete. God knows where that would have ended up. Now, remember, there's a tape that's being shot now with women on it, not only with Diddy, you understand what I'm saying, but with other women. So for her to say that Hugh Hefner had those tapes out there in public, though, the way he was videotaping them people, you understand what I'm saying? And her saying and saying basically that Diddy parties and Hugh Hefner parties, the sex parties were the same way, except for Diddy. And listen, remember, the feds went to the UK to investigate. This woman just came out today. This is all over the UK news today. This woman just came out today in that interview and stated that there were underages at those freak off parties that had sex, that had illegal usage of substances, and all of those things. Listen again.
So I was aware of the Diddy cameras around the home, but I never saw them, you see. So
Now peep that. That's another thing. She said she was aware of the Diddy cameras, but she said she never saw them. She said that was a rumor that Diddy had cameras, but she never saw the cameras. She said at Hugh Hefner's crib, she saw the cameras. They were right there.
Cameras maybe had been a little bit more hidden, but Hugh Hefner's cameras were very, very old school, so you could see them. They were like right there, you know. So when you hear about the allegations and what's happened to these celebrities and them, you know, being in the moment and forgetting there's cameras there and doing the things that they've done, it's very easily done. I felt there was always a very, well, when I met him, I felt, when I got close to him, I felt he had very bad energy. I felt like his whole aura was off, you know. I didn't, you know, get too close to him. I didn't hug him or anything, but I was talking to him and he was, you know, he has a very strange inner circle. I don't think any one of them speak up to him. They will never say no to him. Imagine we're in an atmosphere where people don't say no to you, ever. So the Hugh Hefner parties and the Diddy parties have the same formula. It's the same formula.
Hold on 1 second, y'all. My brother blow money. This is why you got to talk to black brothers, right? And some people gonna disagree with me, and that's cool. You can disagree with me, but my brother, I'm gonna ask you a question. You said it sounds like she's lying, but you said Diddy. You said it sounds like she's lying on Diddy, right? Right? After you saw what happened with the Cassie situation, how Diddy so easily lied on Cassie And how all of these people, now go back and check all of these people's videos before the Cassie tape came out. Go back and check it. 2 days, 3 days, 4 days before the Cassie video came out. Go back and check all of these people's videos when Cassie dropped that lawsuit and the details of the lawsuit came out. They all demonized Cassie and said the same dumbass shit. She's liar. She's lying. She's money hungry. She's this. Diddy never did anything to her. And Diddy came out and denied it, and everybody rolled with Diddy and said, oh yeah, man, they hating on Diddy, man. They did Diddy dirty. And then when the tape dropped, niggas shut the fuck up. They shut up when the tape dropped. And then they tried to move the goalposts and said, oh, well, this doesn't prove this and this doesn't prove. No. Shut the fuck up. You peons like yourself demonize Cassie, and you would have continued to demonize Cassie until that tape came out, you bitch ass nigga. Right? Now, you have women that's out here, sir, that's coming out here, putting themselves into play. You have people who work with Diddy, like Mark Curry and these other people, who told you what they did to these women. But you still want to believe Diddy. See, when it comes to a lying ass nigga like P. Diddy, you fool me once, shame on you. But you sorry son of a bitch, you won't fool me twice. You won't fool me twice, nigga. Right? Because when all of these people were demonizing, once again, they went back to the same old strategy. They did not learn the first time that they got bit by that snake. They didn't learn it. So now, when these people come back and tell y'all that there was youngins at those parties, freak-off parties, and people didn't want to believe and said, why you wait till all these years? And then you have a woman who put her name on it because when they came anonymous, you demonized those women that came out anonymous and said they were all lying. So now this woman puts her name on. Her name is Precious Muir. Her name. I'll put it in the comment section, right? She said she was there. And not only did she go in on Hugh Hefner, or Diddy, she went on Hugh Hefner too, because she was a former Playboy bunny. So this ain't no Tom, Dick, or Harry off the street. This is a girl who was in there, right? So she says she can put youngins at those Diddy parties, freak-offs, sex parties. And you sitting up here talking about she sound like she's lying. Okay, buddy. She sounds like she's lying, but there's photos online that these people have provided in their lawsuits to prove that they were at those parties. Right? And a person who was there, not you, a woman who was there, is telling you what she witnessed. But you're going to give Diddy, a nigga who's proven a liar, a proven bitch ass lying ass nigga, we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt over a woman you don't know. Diddy's a proven liar. See, if Diddy would have told the truth and said, I put my hands on, people would have been inclined to believe this nigga more. But he tried to destroy Cassie and lie and say she was lying. And that tape came out. And then that bitch ass nigga huddled up and started crying. See what I'm saying? Nigga ain't gonna fool me twice. He might fool you, nigga. But when we get to court and they show that shit, all you niggas like yourself, that's why I put my trust in God and not man, nigga.
So the Hugh Hefner parties and the Diddy parties have the same formula. It's the same formula. It's a lot of naked, half-naked girls. There's a lot of sex going on. There's people hooking up. There's a lot of drug taking, and there's a lot of drinking. And they are so similar in that aspect. The only difference is I remember seeing children at Diddy's parties.
That's going to do it right there. She said the only difference was I remember seeing them underages. That's going to destroy the entire case right there for Diddy. That's going to destroy Diddy's whole defense, because this is an eyewitness. They're going to put these eyewitnesses along with those pictures that those youngins have provided with him at those parties, and then you don't even know if he got tapes. Y'all see, that's the thing. You niggas don't even know what's on those tapes. But we know one thing. We know Diddy's a liar. We know he's a liar, right? So I'm not trusting no nigga that I know lied to me. He don't get no type of leeway with me, because he was willing to let that girl be demonized, knowing he beat the shit out of her. He could have just said nothing and moved on with his life. But he had to demonize her and call her a liar, and had people out here calling her everything but a child of God, even though I do agree that she participated willingly in a lot of the freak off sessions. I believe that. But I also believe that there was a time that she told him no. She didn't want to do it. And I believe that he still tried to force her to do it. And that's when I believe that they're going to get him for that too. And see, the one thing Diddy messed up is that Cassie was his girl. She saw everything. She saw his entire network. So the fact that Cassie was his girl and saw his entire network, she can give the feds everything, nigga. See, that's why you never fuck over no chick that's your main chick. Because most niggas know this. Your main chick privy to everything. Now, some of your main chicks, they'll roll like how Cassie rolled on them. And some of them will keep their mouth shut like that other girl down south down there. It just depends on what they built like. You understand what I'm saying? So for any person that come in my comment section like you, that will sit up here and say she sound like she lying and you don't even know this woman, but you've seen Diddy lie to the world in front of the world. I don't know what else to say to you, bro. We know Diddy has lied. We know he's lied. If that tape never came out, Diddy would have called her a lying, you know what? But here's the thing, and I'm going to say this again to everybody that's watching this video. Here's why you know Diddy's a piece of shit, right? Think about this, y'all. Diddy is refusing to pay any of the other lawsuits, calling all the other people liars. But he paid Cassie. Why did he pay Cassie? If Diddy knew he was telling the truth, why did Diddy pay Cassie? You know why he paid Cassie? Because he knew Cassie knows everything. And he knows there was a goddamn tape out there of him fucking this girl up. That's why he paid Cassie, nigga. The problem was he never thought the tape was going to come out. And he thought this was all going to go away. But he waited too late. He allowed the lawsuit to come out. Cassie know everything. And she can give them people everything on this nigga. Because when a chick lay her head with you, nigga, every single night, and she roll with you everywhere, and she know how you move, nigga, let me say this to you again. We don't know what Cassie recorded on her phones. We don't know. This is something that nobody's talking about, because people don't have critical thinking skills. And I'm going to show you guys, because like I said, you can talk shit about me behind the scenes. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say about me on every other channel. The one thing you won't be able to call me after this case is over with is a goddamn fool or a liar. See, I want to tell you guys something. When a woman gets fed up with you, she start doing shit, which means keeping notes and tabs on your ass. That's what she does, right? And I believe that is exactly what happened with Cassie. I believe Cassie got to a point to where she started keeping tabs on Diddy. And she started keeping receipts on Diddy. Because when you come out and file a lawsuit like that, you have to have receipts. And I believe that Cassie has potential video footage and phones. I believe that Cassie has other evidence as far as recordings and things that she's gonna bring to court. And all you niggas gonna shut the fuck up again, nigga, when they play that shit in court. When they play that shit in court. Period, bruh. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Because the truth is that when they get to court, you're gonna see. Because it was a point of disconnect with Cassie and Diddy. A point of trust me, a woman knows when she get to a point of disconnect with a man. And then what does Cassie do? Starts to keep her receipts. The problem is you guys, and we haven't seen her receipts yet outside of that video from that hotel. But when they get to court, you think Diddy was saying nice things to Cassie on her text messages, voice messages? You think Diddy said nice things to her? You think Diddy made threats to her on those video recordings that they're going to play in court? On those recordings that you do, the voice recordings that you do on messages? You know how you send voice recordings on your messages and things like that? Yeah, they're going to pull that shit up in court. And you better believe Cassie, she got those motherfucking messages. You better believe that shit. A woman always going to keep that shit. A woman always going to keep that shit for a rainy day. For a rainy day. A rainy day. A rainy day. Trust what I tell y'all this. And I ain't no fucking idiot. And when she get to court and she play that shit, all you niggas that's trying to come at me for keeping this shit 100 and standing on fucking business against a nigga who had underages at them parties, nigga, according to these witnesses who was there. And to a nigga who like to put his hands on women. Right? Sad, bro. It's sad, bro. And fuck you, Hefner, too.
Naked, half-naked girls. There's a lot of sex going on. There's people hooking up. There's a lot of drug taking, and there's a lot of drinking. And they are so similar in that aspect. The only difference is I remember seeing children at Diddy's parties, which I never saw at Hugh Hefner's house parties. I think he kept them separate. He would do, the kiddies' Easter bunny hunt thing for the children and their bunnies and all of that. And then they would then do, the adult parties where I saw porn stars and them having sex in the grotto and threesomes and, licking and touching and all of that stuff. So I became fully aware of the surroundings I was in. So it just gets me a little, it's like, it's a lot because it's not normal stuff that I went through. I walked past several celebrities on, day beds, sofas. They're all having their intense conversations, it felt like, earlier on in the day. I feel like as the day progressed, people loosened up a little bit more. A lot more things happened. We would see a lot of nudity. I saw a lot of nakedness everywhere. It just became our reality. It's not normal to see that kind of behavior so open. There was a lot of, in my opinion, I say young girls, but obviously they were of a certain age. But when I look at their faces, they just look very young, no more than 19, 20, and they're drinking heavily, doing shots, pouring alcohol over their body, licking it off each other, kissing each other, doing some coke off each other.
So, there you have it. Now, I'm going to put her name on the screen again so you guys can look her up yourselves. And you guys can look up the story yourselves. I'm going to put her name on the screen for y'all. Hold on. Right here. Put her name on the screen. Her name is Precious Muir. PRECIOUSMUIR. She was a former Playboy bunny for Hugh Hefner, who also was at Diddy parties. And she says that Diddy and Hugh had the same formula with all the sex parties, the orgies, and all that stuff, the illegal usage of substances. The only difference was that she said that Diddy had underages at his. So all those people that was underage that accused Diddy, she places them there as far as the credibility. Because remember, people saying, and you had that one girl coming here talking about, oh, well, them being there isn't illegal. First of all, them being there is illegal, and it's immoral. It's not only is it's illegal, it's immoral. If the police saw that, they would shut that shit down and everybody would be arrested. Point blank, period. So I don't know what the hell what world you live in or where you come from, but something is really wrong with your mind. Something is really wrong with your mind. And now you wonder why the feds went over to the UK to do their investigation. Google it. Remember, they reported that the feds went over to the UK to do their investigation because you had Playboy bunnies and you had people over in the UK that had testimony that could corroborate those stories, right? And matter of fact, I'm going to put on the screen for y'all. That showed y'all that the feds had went over to the UK, right? And I don't think you guys understood that. But the feds went over to the UK to investigate. They went over to the UK to investigate. And you guys can, matter of fact, y'all can look that up on y'all own online. Their investigation led them over to the United Kingdom. Right? The thing is, they don't have jurisdiction over there. So they cannot control this witness from not speaking and other witnesses from speaking over there because the UK has their own jurisdiction. The only thing they can do is ask them to come to the States and testify if they don't live in the States. Or ask them out of kindness to keep it quiet. But if the newspapers over there and the publication over there get to them first, what can they do? What can they do? And by the way, that's one of them black UK chicks right there on y'all screen that said that, right? So like I said before, man, I ain't condoning no dude. I'm not standing for no dude who got underages at their parties like that, bro. I don't play that, man. Like real talk, bro. Like a dude like Diddy, man, I'm telling y'all, bro. You know what I mean? Like, y'all gonna see when the court time comes, it's gonna be people, bro, they're not gonna be able to, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all this. And then you have the underages that are accusing Diddy of doing things to them. So the person who says that this video is extremely what? Brush your teeth, brother. Brush your teeth, Robert Mullen. Brush your teeth on the way out, nigga. Brush your teeth. Brush your teeth. A woman say that she seen underages at Diddy's freak off parties, and you sitting over here talking about something. Hey man, she taking this and shut your bitch ass up. You niggas ain't nothing but a bunch of dick riders for goddamn celebrities, nigga. Fuck P. Diddy, nigga. Point blank period. Point blank period, nigga. And when y'all see that I'm right on this shit, that this hoe ass nigga was preying upon these, man, nigga, like I said before, nigga, stay away from me, nigga. I don't even want no fucking apology. Just stay away from me, nigga. Cause y'all seen how this nigga get down. So even if it was consensual with the adults, some of those parties and whatever, that ain't consensual with those youth being over there. And y'all said that young boy was lying when he went over there and said that he was at that party and he saw all that sex and stuff going on at that party in the middle of the day. Y'all said he capping, he lying, he capping. Well, this lady said he ain't. This Playboy bunny said he ain't. So y'all gonna have to stand on that business. Like I said, man, like, share, subscribe, man. I'm standing for righteousness in this, man. I'm gonna be persecuted. I'm gonna be talked shit about. I'm gonna be hated on privately. I'm gonna be fucking isolated, nigga. But I'm gonna stand on goddamn truth and hold my nuts while I'm doing that shit. Cause I don't fucking respect no bitch ass nigga like no P. Diddy, nigga. I don't respect no nigga like that, bruh. None, nigga. None. That shit boil my blood, nigga. Ain't no nigga that move like him. I don't give a fuck what he look like. Black, white, I don't give a fuck. Nigga, you talking about youth and fuck, man. Let me tell y'all something, bro. I help youth all the time. Basketball programs. all kind of stuff that I do for free from my heart. And you don't play no shit like that. Like, man, man, it's shit deeper than what y'all understand, bro. That shit deeper than what y'all understand. A motherfucker ain't never gonna understand when you see shit and you know shit, you trying to stand on truth, motherfuckers gonna go against you. They gonna persecute you. They gonna shit on you. You understand what I'm saying? And raise up people, motherfuckers gonna raise up the goddamn devil against you. And that's when you gotta stand on motherfucking business. You understand? And know that you're gonna be on the right side of history, man. You understand? Because when this shit come out, because it's gonna go to court 2-3 years from now, when it go to court and the shit play out, I don't want niggas to come back to me and be like, hey man, my bad ticket, unblock me, nigga. Nah, because you bitch ass niggas was in the comment section talking shit. So fuck you, nigga. And feed them motherfuckers beans.